Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to this channel, Gray Cloudy Day. I'm Gray Cloud, Sage of the Eternal Moment. Just been reflecting this morning, just thinking. And once again, I've said it over and over again. Most of my mornings start off with me spending a little time just still in the bed, but conscious and being aware of everything and trying to clear my thoughts and not let too much bog me down and let things just kind of sort themselves out and while I'm giving thanks. So, that being said, it was just shortly, a little, not too far ago, that I decided to get on up and at least make this video. Like I say, I had to tell myself, it's working, getting up and doing these things a little earlier, at least with the main video that I'm trying to make sure I do every day. And then the rest of the day, as far as the channel goes, it's just up, whether I put a short up or it's been a while since I've added a second video that was any length or whatever. But most of the time it's like a few shorts maybe for the rest of the day and maybe a live stream. Yesterday I tricked you guys and ended up doing a stream in the morning time. I believe somebody was watching. Nobody ever chimed in the chat, but I had a viewer, maybe two. But anyway, I just decided to go on earlier yesterday, and I intended to go on, in the afternoon also, like in sometime after lunch, and I never did. So we'll see how today goes. It's going to be a hot one today, so stay cool, everybody, and stay safe. Drink plenty of water. Okay, sorry for all the gabbing. Let's get to the reading. June 24th. Hold my hand and trust. So long as you're conscious of my presence with you, all is well. It is virtually impossible to stumble while walking in the light with me. I designed you to enjoy me above all else. You find the deepest fulfillment of your heart in me alone. Fearful, anxious thoughts melt away in the light of my presence. When you turn away from me, you are vulnerable to the darkness that is always at work in the world. Don't be surprised by how easily you sin when you forget to cling to my hand. In the world, dependency is seen as immaturity, but in my kingdom, dependence on me is a prime measure of maturity. I like that. I like that. We live in a world where everybody's always talking about self-sufficiency. We got a lot of people living off grid now, and I really for years have studied about different ways to do things off grid and everything, and always wished that I had been, able to eventually have land and build things and be off the grid, collecting water, well water, whatever, solar power, whatever you did for energy, but it didn't happen that way. I guess it's never too late, but at this time in my life, I'm just happy to be here breathing. Our first reference scripture is Isaiah 41, verse 10. Don't be afraid, for I am with you. Don't be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you in my victorious right hand. That gives you hope there if you believe in it, But what I was going to say is, we live in a world with everybody wanting to be so self-sufficient when the reality is if we are beings of a divine nature and we have a relationship with the Creator, then self-sufficiency is an illusion. I mean, I myself can do nothing. It takes more than just me, Gray Cloud, to do this thing in this world. Now, of course, I'm breathing, I'm moving, I'm doing the things I do every day, and sometimes I don't do a whole lot, sometimes I do more. But you get my point. We tend to fool ourselves and think that we're on our own, we're doing it all ourselves, when really, in the end, we're not even remotely in control. Okay, we're going to go to Ephesians chapter 5, verse 8. Oh, goodness, I got it marked here. For though your hearts were once full of darkness, now you are full of light from the Lord, and your behavior should show it. Yeah, my behavior doesn't always show it. I know that. I mean, I fall short every day. But I try to acknowledge my shortcomings at least. And I try to correct what I can. And then if there's something I'm having a problem with that I seem to keep fumbling with, I have to keep going back to square one. Well, we know where square one is. Returning back to the center, asking for the guidance to keep going, to have the strength to overcome whatever it is said thing is. At least that's how I have to do it. There's plenty of days where I'm still struggling with whatever. We know that I struggle with my drinking. Now, of course, I haven't drank in a little while now. It's been like I think the last time I messed up was a little over a week ago. I did drink, and I don't hide it. I just don't have to tell everybody every single thing. But I'm saying it's like a constant kind of uphill battle. But if I mess up, I just realize it, I get back on board, and I try to let who is supposed to be steering keep driving, keep steering that thing, you know what I mean, my life, rather than me trying to do everything myself. Okay, let's go to Psalm 62, 5 through 6. I wait quietly before God, for my hope is in Him. He alone is my rock and my salvation, my fortress where I will not be shaken. Okay. No, I got it right. I thought I'd read the wrong, thought I said it wrong and read the wrong verses, but no, I got it right. Okay, that's about it. Yesterday went pretty well. I remember yesterday when I was walking, yesterday morning, I felt the Spirit kind of moved me yesterday, and was like, I think the Spirit said, I think you'll be surprised at the end of the day that you'll feel you had a full day, and I've been doing pretty good ever since, like last week, going into this week, everything's working well, going well. But I can say that yesterday seemed at the end of the day to be pretty much on point with what I'd been told. I feel like yesterday, I'm constantly thinking I'm not doing enough in the day, and a lot of times I'm not. There's a lot of days that I procrastinate, I'm laying around, but some of those days are due to the way I'm just physically feeling. And then sometimes I'm mentally in a rut. Point being is, yesterday, I overall feel like I filled a large portion of my day with productive activities, whether that it was reading, whether that was doing the video, whether I did a live stream early. Like I said, I did an early live stream yesterday. But throughout the day, I seemed to be consistently on point, staying off the phone, not being in my room, like laying down for too long or anything throughout the day yesterday. And it just turned out by yesterday evening, I could see that, hey, I feel more accomplished today than I felt in a few days. So hopefully I'm going to shoot for that today, but it's going to be hot. So I really don't know how much I'll do, other than I'm going to try to get a walk in here in a little bit before it gets too hot. A few chores around here. I did some dishes yesterday, so I really don't have anything like that. I've got sweeping and maybe some touch mopping or something. There's always something to do. But today, I think I'm going to also make a point to read something else. I enjoyed yesterday. I went outside for a little while in my cool little area out back with the shade, and I read a comic book. I just sat down and read it, left the phone inside, and I hadn't done that in a few days. So that was fun, and that added to the day also. So I'm going to try to do something like that also. Just something to get my mind out of the real world and like kind of just my imagination flowing. Y'all have a good one. Until next time, Mr. Gray Cloud saves the eternal moment. Over and out. Ditto.